Okay, welcome to another Vintage League here. Today we are trying Voice of Victory again. If you missed it 2 leagues ago on this channel, we tried Voice of Victory with an Esper deck with Tinker, and that went quite well, so you can check that out there if you want to, but we're trying a little bit of a different spin today. So one of the things we learned in the Esper League was that Voice of Victory has some tension with blue counters. So Voice of Victory, what it mainly does, it does swing for 3 with its Mobilize, and in that league had some fun synergies with Skull Clamp. But what it mainly does is your opponents can't cast spells on your turn. So that's, mainly going to be counter spells. And it's got a little bit of tension, because what that means is that all the counter spells sit in your opponent's hand, and then they use them to protect their combo. So if you're going to play Voice of Victory, and all their counters in your own hand probably become, a lot less useful. Potentially just completely useless because they get negated by their, your opponent's counters. So we're going to try it in a deck that plays stuff at sorcery speed, like Grief. So we're going to play a non-blue Voice of Victory combo deck. So I think you still want to be combo with this card. I think really the play pattern you want is turn 1 Mox land Voice of Victory, and then turn 2 do something very powerful. Or in this deck even like, yeah. So we're going for turn 1 Voice of Victory, and we're going to try and follow that up with Beseech the Mirror in our black-white deck here. This can combo a few different ways for us. I've tried to make the deck pretty fast. And we're also leaning into the meta here. A good amount of Dredge right now, good amount of Lurrus Breach. And the Leyline and Dauthi Voidwalkers are both quite good against those decks. So we're leaning into the meta a little bit here at the moment. And there's a lot of ways you can combo with Beseech the Mirror. Ideally, again, after you have a Voice of Victory out. So the primary way is you will use Voice of Victory. You will sack a Moxen. You can get back your Yawgmoth's Will. Oh, just to go over Beseech really quick. 4 mana, lets you search your library for a card if you bargain it, so you can sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or a token. Voice of Victory makes tokens, conveniently enough. Artifact, enchantment, or token, but like Moxen are fine to sack to it. You get a spell, and if it costs 4 or less, you can play it if you bargain without paying its mana cost. So ideally, you play Beseech, you bargain it, you play Yawgmoth's Will, you replay the Mox, you replay maybe the Dark Ritual you used to cast this, and then you go for a Tendrils of Agony, here we go, win, off of that series of plays there. Now usually this deck in Vintage is, with Beseech the Tendrils, is blue-black, is protecting its win here with Force of Will. Obviously, we're going black-white here and protecting our win with Voice of Victory. But Beseech can do other stuff in this deck. So we've got Leyline of the Void, which if you start it in your opener, put in your into the play, it's Graveyard Hate. Similarly, we've got 4 Dauthi Voidwalkers, which do basically the same thing. And these are pretty good in the meta right now. Lurrus is extremely strong, especially a Lurrus Breach right now. But it's good against all the Lurrus decks, and then Dredge is quite good at the moment. So it's nice having that hedge here. But then what you can do is you can Beseech into 2 cards here, Ill-Gotten Gains and Helm of Obedience. Helm of Obedience with either Leyline or Dauthi Voidwalker in play. If you activate it for 1, it just wins. It'll mill all of your opponent's cards from their library, and when they draw in their draw step, they will lose. And let's say you've got a Null Rod in play or something, you can instead get Ill-Gotten Gains. This is each player discards their hand and returns up to 3 cards from their graveyard to their hand. So let's say you had a Leyline of Void in your opener, so no cards ever went to your opponent's graveyard. Then when you cast Ill-Gotten Gains, your opponent just discards their hand, and you do too, but then you get 3 cards back. Your opponent just loses all of their cards. So nice little synergy there. If you can't pull off the Helm or the Tendrils, Yawgmoth's Will win for whatever reason, and there are plenty of reasons why you wouldn't be able to pull that off in Vintage. Sheoldred is another 4-drop Haymaker that we can grab off of Beseech. Again, if it's just a big fat 4-drop that's can potentially win the game on its own. Another option here to get off Beseech if we need to. We can also just Dark Ritual into it, just a good card. We got the protection, so in addition to Voice of Victory, we've got Grief, so protect our combo here and to disrupt our opponent. We've got the Grief Reanimate package here, where you Grief then Reanimate it for value. That covers all these ones. We covered Yawgmoth's Will, we covered Voice of Victory, we covered Dauthi Voidwalker. Demonic Tutor doesn't need an introduction. Swords to Plowshares still our best removal spell. Dark Rituals, of course, to power out our stuff, like our Beseeches and our Helms. Soul Ring, more fast mana. Vexing Bauble to complement the Voice of Victories. 2 Trolls, so we can cycle these to get lands, and then we can also reanimate them. Full moxen, Mana Crypt, Lotus. And as far as the mana base goes, Saga, Tomb, but mostly a black-white mana base here. 1 Ancient Tomb to hedge a little bit into some of our fattier spells here, like Hardcasting, Grief, etc., but nothing too crazy. So yeah, that's the main deck. We're trying to, do powerful stuff with Beseech, comboing here. We also have a pretty solid mid-range game plan with Trolls, Reanimates, Griefs, Voice of Victory, which do hit for 3, to be fair. Dauthi Voidwalker hits pretty hard. We got Saga. You could play a Skull Clamp in this deck. I did play it in the Esper Tinker version, and that is a very fun combo. So your opponents can't interact with this. So, like, you can't get blown out by an Orcish Bowmaster or something unless it's in play. Like, they can't just put one in because your opponents can't cast spells on your turn. So with Skull Clamp in this, you make 2 tokens, then you can just draw 4 cards by clamping the 2 tokens after the attack. Pretty cool. The sideboard, we got a bit of a pivot plan. So presumably we're going to be showing them combo cards game 1 and graveyard cards game 1. So we're going to try and pivot, potentially, depending on the matchup and how we feel, into just slamming an initiative creature and winning that way. Ravenloft Adventure is a powerful card. I played a black initiative deck a few weeks ago now. It was pretty strong. I went 4-1 with it. I want to check out that video. We played this card in there. It's quite good. I think the non-white and red initiative creatures kind of fall by the wayside a bit, but with Dark Ritual, ramping this out is quite easy, and it's still quite strong. We've got Thoughtseize for some additional protection versus the combo deck. Bring in the 2 swords against especially mono white initiative, Lurrus control. 1 more Sheoldred for again, plays around a lot of the hate and is pretty good versus some of the decks out there. And then this is kind of a fun up. You don't really have to play this, but it's kind of a neat pivot plan. So if your opponent's going first, trying to stop your combos, trying to stop your graveyard hate, that kind of graveyard play, that kind of thing, you can bring this in as another pivot. This is probably a little bit overkill. Probably don't need both of these, and I think the Ravenloft is better. So this is definitely a flex spot you can play with, maybe some Mindbreak Traps or something, or something in that region. Alright, if you're still here, throw me a like and a subscribe. That's greatly appreciated. Any ideas, put them below. Love to hear your thoughts on the deck list, or if you've been trying out Voice of Victory, any of the other new cards in Tarkir Dragonstorm that I haven't tried yet. This is my 4th video now trying out Tarkir Dragonstorm cards, so done a couple, but if you've got any other ideas of things I have missed you think are powerful, let me know. Alright, I'll see you in round 1. Okay, here we go. We're on the play. Yep, we can keep that. It's a force check hand, but I think it's worth it. Let's see if they got a force. they really need a force here, and they're reading it, so they probably do. Nope. Don't know what we're up against. The only thing we know is that they don't have Lurrus, but that could be a lot of things. They don't know about our whole Reanimate package kind of stuff. I think I want to trim a Voice of Victory. I'm not sure how useful these are because they didn't do anything about that last time. For a Thoughtseize, I'm going to trim 2 Voice of Victories for 2 Thoughtseizes. Yeah, I don't love Vexing Bauble on the draw either. One more Thoughtseize here. Just because we don't know what we're up against. Give this a whirl. I think we keep it. It's a weird one, but we have a lot of black mana sources in the deck, of course. We have a turn 1 play, 2 draws. And then the Leyline in case they are on Dredge or Bazaar, which is definitely possible since they didn't reveal a Lurrus here. No, they're not on Dredge or Bazaar. What are they on then? They are on Shops, I see. We're just getting... what is this? Turn 1 Golas, okay. Please get Caracas. Got a Strip Mine and a Needle. Okay. Alright, so we need a black land for sure. We can't actually get rid of this though. I don't really want to waste the Golos. Maybe I should have if they have the fair enough. I don't want to pitch anything to the grief. So we're just going to play for now. I start playing Sphere. Okay, that's a problem because that hits this pretty bad. That also hits the grief. Okay, well that turns these back on, but that's still bad. Maybe I should not have kept this hand. Maybe this was bad. Gotta stop the bleeding here. The elephant coming in will eventually clock us. Sure, they can't. That doesn't do anything because of the Leyline. Kind of want to see what's in their hand. Just an emerald, sure. Well, this is a little embarrassing. I think we lose this one. They just have so many good top decks. That's not really one of them, but oh, jeez. Maybe there are some issues here. Our Voice of Victory getting trapped was a huge deal, actually, in retrospect, because I would have been clocking them for 3 a turn. We'd actually be in a pretty good spot here, so that was actually huge. If they find a null rod, we'll just scoop. That's too much for us here. Yeah, we can scoop to that. Yeah, we don't need the Voice of Victory at all. I think the slashers are fine. I do like the swords. I think I'm going to take out the ley lines. Go slashers. I think I like the bauble on the play. I don't love the Thought Seizes. I mean, the Thought Seizes are a tough one. Like, they do a powerful thing, obviously, but they're really bad top decks. We already have the griefs. Maybe one more. We don't have a lot of disruption. Kind of want to play one of these as a tutor target. Let's give this a whirl. Yes. I'm not convinced this does anything powerful enough, to be honest. Like, we can go Turn 1, Demonic Tutor, cycle Troll. What is that? I guess we can hard cast the Troll next turn. So we can go turn 1, Demonic Tutor for maybe Vexing Bauble. Slow them down a bit, and then go for Troll. They have shops that doesn't even do anything, but we can play the Troll turn 2. Maybe it is keepable. I don't love it though. I think we do play in the trap. They have it, they have it. Now the question is, do I want to go for a Beseech line? Maybe like a slasher, or just go with the original Bauble plan here and try and slow them down? Or a Saga. I don't know. Like, there's definitely a world where they just go like Ancient Tomb. I guess Ancient Tomb shop into anything stops our Troll plan, which isn't great. Thinking about it for 2 more seconds. I think we need something that we can play next turn through the, I guess, a Null Rod, which would be pretty brutal for us. Maybe it is just Saga. Maybe it's just Saga. We can't play. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just Saga. This could definitely blow up in my face, though. Ancient Tomb, yep. Is it Null Rod or it's Null Rod? Okay. So we want to draw Reanimate here. It's not the worst. It is still pretty brutal. It's still pretty brutal though. Yep. Mm-hmm. Jeez. Okay, that's bad. Okay, we're just gonna go for construct tokens, I guess. And we see if that plan does anything. So we make a construct token. Three in a row, really? I don't know, I guess we get the bauble. Does that... I think that only hurts us, because that turns off our Beseech lines. Get another random artifact. Alright. We gotta stop losing flips, but they didn't have a land, so that was good for us. We're gonna get it again. We want to flip. Good for us. All right. Swamp. Play our slasher. Probably not the right play, just attack first, but I want to play the Unstoppable Slasher for fun. Like this card. Does a lot of damage. I think they got a chump here. Looks like they locked themselves under their own null rod. Yeah, so we got that one on a interesting set of 3 there. Off to the next match. Okay. Oh boy. If that was a swamp, I'd be tempted to keep it, but not like this. I guess so. We're very close to just jamming this. I think I actually am going to keep that. I think we're putting the Sheoldred back. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, crap. Ugh. So they can hit the Delta, and then we can't actually do anything. Oh, okay. So we're just completely done. Okay, it was a brutal turn 1. But Mono White Initiative obviously can do that. Yeah, not being able to play out these petals are gonna kill us. It's just moxen, because this we could play through, and we have to do is we need to beseech for a helm, then we win. But actually getting to that level of mana, oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, like without this next turn, we could have just played Tomb there, and actually done some stuff. No point playing this. Oh boy. That is a frustrating start. Okay. So we're dead next turn. Yep. Oh, we still need to pay the... We were dead anyway, but... We will still need to pay the trigger there. Alright, it's game 2. Swords, the voice of victory are not where you want to be this matchup. You don't want the Leylines either. I think we just trim this whole package here. Bring in some Thought Seizes. Still voice of victory. We still have beseech for stuff. We just don't. Just don't have the combo. I think if you're not playing against Lurrus, you're not playing against Bazaar, and the combo with the Leyline isn't very good. But Bazaar and Lurrus is a very large portion of the meta. It's just when you play against Mono White Initiative and Beseech too. Beseech Tinker, obviously you want Leylines, and non-Lurrus Breach. So it's really just like mainly Mono White Initiative where the Leylines just are not very good. That can't be good enough, right? Turn 1 Grief, turn 2 Voidwalker. You have a lot of mana. If we could Voidwalker turn 1 and then Grief, I would like this a lot more. I don't think land pass is viable. Oh geez, this is worse. This is complete garbage. Alright, I wish I would have kept the first hand now. Alright, we keep this. Jeez. On 7, this is an amazing hand. On 5, this is so bad. So we need land, grief, reanimate, and a black pitch card. And for our extra card, do we want a Thoughtseize or a Mana Source? Probably the Mana Source. So we're just going to pitch the Emerald into the void here. Are they double queuing or something? So this just gets punted. Yep. No. Land. Grief them. Yeah, we're just gonna try and beat them with their own. Oh, do they have a wasteland? They do have a wasteland. We got a regular swamp. Alright, let's see if this can do anything. That's not a bad draw. That lets us open up a lot more draws than we had before. So, Wasteland's gone, Chancellor's gone, Petal's gone. They play Ancient Tomb. Play the Peacekeeper. It's fine. We hit our Dark Ritual here. We need some help now. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it would have been a great one. So they hit for 6 here. 3 here. They can't use the tomb, which is good for us. And we got there. That was a lucky one. Multi 5 and take their Chancellor and beat them down with it. It's always fun. I don't like the Vexing Bauble on the draw here. Thought seizes get a lot worse too. Alright, we're gonna go for this. Sure. Well, they're milling to 4. That's not bad for us. 3. Okay. And they can still beat us on a 3. It's just tough. Alright. Sapphire, Cavern, Cleric. Okay. We're just going to start with the grief here. Okay. That was enough for them. Alright. Not a bad match there, you. Okay, here we go. We are on the draw. Against the Lurrus. We don't know what though. I mean, yeah, we keep it, but we don't really have any disruption, so if they go crazy, we just lose. Turn 1 here. Or even turn 2, really. Yep. Uh-huh. Merchant scroll. Yep. Recall. Okay. This is the part where I have to admit I don't know how to play my deck. Because I feel like we should be able to win with Tendrils here. I'm just not entirely sure how to do it. So, yeah. Oh boy. Let's see. Okay, we'll start with this. We definitely want to get the Voice of Victory down. So we're just going to start here. They might have a counter spell. Okay, we've got 6 mana. Can we do like Demonic Tutor, Dark Ritual, Beseech Storm here? I assume so, right? So Demonic Tutor, Storm 5, Dark Ritual, Storm 6, Beseech. Yeah, I think we can win here. Dark Ritual. You can tell me I'm an idiot afterwards if this doesn't work. Cast with Bargain. Do I need the black mana? I don't think so. Bargain. Play. Cast the Lotus. Cast the Crypt. Cast the Dark Ritual. Cast. Yeah, and we got the Tendrils, and they figured out the line. So, what do we do here? We know they have Lurrus, Recall, Merchant Scroll, Lorien Revealed. I assume they're on a combo version here. They might be on the Lurrus Breach deck. I think they're on Lurrus Breach. That feels... I think on the draw, like, their counter spells are a problem, but I think on the draw, I'm more worried about them goldfishing us, so I'm going to put in Thoughtseize. I'm not sure if the shield, I'm not convinced the Sheoldred really does enough. I don't know what to do. We're not really sure what they're on exactly. It could have a bunch of creatures in there. It could just be more of a combo plan. So I'm leaving in the swords. Like, they might bring in graveyard stuff because they saw, you know, a graveyard combo plan here. So I think I'm going to go for one more Thoughtseize over the voice and call it a day, and we'll reevaluate in game 3. So we have 7 cards, which lets us go turn 2 on the draw, Dauthi Voidwalker. That feels slow, right? That feels slow to me. It does let us try and set up a turn 2 Dauthi into wait a couple minutes, a couple of turns, Beseech into Helm of Obedience win, but I feel like just doing nothing on turn 1 and then hoping Dauthi gets there on turn. But it's just a really solid hand. Like if their hand's not super explosive, this is fine. Like it's very resilient. It's a very resilient hand. I'm just worried if they do have like a quick combo hand, really. And we do get a draw, so we got like a Mox. Mox doesn't really do anything, does it? Like a Dark Ritual would be good, or a Black Lotus, Mox Jet. Even Grief, just to give us more play. Like we have a lot of draws that are good. So on the edge, I'm gonna ship it. Okay. I like the ill-gotten gains, but I want to blow the Dark Ritual early and then have the two Dauthis, I think. So the combo here is with Dauthi in play, ill-gotten gains is like it hits their hand, we get 3 cards back. But unless we get another, maybe the second Dauthi is worth it. Alright, we're going to try and cheese them and go for the fun play, but I think in like a, if we were playing for a Black Lotus, I'd probably put the ill-gotten gains bet, but we're going to try and go for the fun play. Okay. They know our hand, we're just going to F6 here. Alright, so they almost certainly have a counter spell. Do I just want to thought seize them? Okay, it is the Gifts Breach. They don't have a second mana. Kind of a risky keep, I guess. They had the draw from the probe. I think I want to play Force of Will and then get the Dauthi down. Actually, they can counter all this, can't they? Alright, do they want to negation my Dark Ritual? They do. They're going to pitch their gifts. Which means if they draw a land here, They've got a mana drain up, which is bad for us if you're keeping track at home, folks. Ah, they got a land. Crap. Alright. Yep. Ah, that's annoying. So now we gotta try and find a Thoughtseize or something. I don't really want to run the drain, my Voidwalker right into the drain, so we're gonna keep going here. I think we're dead. This is exactly what they want. They're the better control deck. We had a window at the very beginning. So the question I've got now is, they've got white cards in their deck, so presumably part of me wants to grief them and try and resolve the Dauthi Voidwalker. Oh, but the ill-gotten gains. So we didn't. They have too many cards in their hand now. So the ill-gotten gains is actually actively bad for us. I forgot about that. They can bring back this stuff. This is, you want the Voidwalker, the Leyline, and the Void down first. That was a little silly. I just don't really want to give them 4 mana, you know. They're stuck on land. Unless they get a second white, they can't actually cast Lurrus with the drain mana, so we're just going to go for it now. Now, presumably they drain this. And then we play our Voidwalker. And if they don't hit a white source, they can buy Lurrus, but they can't actually play Lurrus. Yep. Now we do this. I think they know about our Dark Ritual. I'm going to assume they do, and just F6 because then they get some water. So they get value Lurrus, they can play the seal. Mm-hmm. Yep. But unless they got a white mana, they actually can't actually play the Lurrus. They might have another white. Ah, crap. Cancel. Alright, fair enough. Touche. Yeah. Cool. So I got a Lurrus in hand and then something else. Scrubland. And we can just F6 again because... But now they can breach us because they can play a breach and then use the Chain of Vapor. So that's a big problem for us. So we're certainly not favored. We need to like top deck our one of a Helm or something. That's bad. Maybe I should have fetched Leyline of the Void. Okay, we don't have many cards that this can get, so we're just going to start grabbing them. That's a problem. Yeah, the Chain of Vapor in the graveyard is certainly a problem for us. Curious what they took if they didn't get a land for Lurrus. I guess a counter spell. That would make sense. So let's see if they've got a drain here. Drain would be bad. They probably got a drain. Fair enough. We can hold up the Voidwalker as do we want to cast Stock Up off of our Voidwalker? They got Lurrus and 2 unknowns in hand. They're going to have a ton of mana. We've got a Leyline coming afterwards. Our chances of actually clocking them off of the Voidwalker are low. I think we do. We got to Reanimate. That would be quite good here. Choose this one. Okay. We're going to cast it. Yeah, Force blue card or Force of Negation blue card. That would be bad for us. Let's see. So Reanimate, yes. And then do we want Voice of Victory or do we want Beseech? Can't cast Beseech right now. The Troll would give us mana for to cast a Leyline. I think we want the mana. We didn't play a land this turn, right? Is that real kind of dark ritual? Swamp. Play the swamp. Gonna reanimate our grief. Flusterstorm, Lorien revealed Lurrus. Alright, we'll take Lorien revealed. Yeah, and they can get back the seal, which is a problem for us because of the Leyline. So I'm now regretting this choice. I should have taken the Beseech. Forgot about that. That was a punt. Okay. Don't know if the Leyline will get exiled. I actually don't know the ruling around this, so we're just going to try this and see. Yeah, Breach. They got Breach, we're dead. Yeah, Flusterstorm and Unknown. If it's Breach, we are just dead. I assume it's Breach. Now they play Breach and they win. Yep. Blue, blue. Time Walk. Yep. Now they play Breach. And they play something else, maybe stock up. Yep. Breach and Lurrus real good, folks. Time Walk again? Or are they playing stock up? Stock up. Yep. Seems good too. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. Maybe not thrilled with some of my choices here. Okay, Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze would kill us. No, Time Walk. Okay. Mm-hmm. They're just burying us in card advantage here. We're dead, but we're way back on time in the clock here, so we're gonna hang out for a little bit. Sure, we got drained. Yep. That's a problem. So the chosen cards for gifts go into your graveyard. It's important to remember that. I think in retrospect in this game, just playing turn 2, turn 3, and turn 4 Voidwalker with our opening hand there might have got in there. So we'll put Breach into the graveyard, and we'll put, I don't know, Academy into the graveyard. We're just going to watch them do the little combo here then. Just the beginning. So they play the stuff, they play Breach, and then they brain freeze us there. And they can win with the pedal here. Just kind of want to see a little more of their deck. It's all targeting them. Alright, so let's just check out their deck. They have a lot of counter magic. They still have Red Elemental Blast on the deck. Probably thought we're running some Alright. We have a bunch of drains, Force of Will, Force of Negation, Fluster, Storm. Alright, so I want the voices back in. I'm going to cut the Sheoldred. I don't think that does a ton versus them. Not super... Yeah. And they still have the Lurrus, and the Lurrus is good. And we can't get rid of the Lurrus usually at instant speed, so I think I want 1 swords. Like, the first swords is going to be useful, but having more than 1 swords could be bad. Alright, let's try this. We shall play first. I think we keep it. I don't love it though. It's got a lot of problems. We just have so many draws that are good. If we had a second black source, I think it's good. I think we want to try and get the Voidwalker down right now. We want them to force of will the Voidwalker, not the Dark Ritual. I want to draw like a troll or something. We're not going to play out the crypt yet. Yep. Well, we need white mana for that one. What is a good card in the matchup if we can find a white mana? The mana in our opening hand was shaky for starters. So alright, well that's a lot of mana. I think we do lose this game. Yeah, just gonna dig out of it. Stock up out of it. Stock up's so good. Yep. We should play this stock-up card. Yeah, that seems good. Crypt. Lurrus. Stock up. Okay. Still bad for us. It's a lot of mana. I wish we would be able to use the Voidwalker, but the replacement effects, for some reason, they get exiled to the Leyline. We don't have, like, we can't play these cards. They can just go land by Lurrus this turn or play something else. A lot of islands. Sapphire. 5 mana by Lurrus. Sure. Oh, we don't have double black. Okay. That's, yeah, I think maybe our opening hand was too shaky mana-wise, potentially, to really justify keeping it, but oh well. Black mana. Black mana. Would you like to play a black mana? I would like a black mana. No! Fuck. Ugh. Okay. Terrible. Alright, if they lose this flip, then they're in trouble, but if they don't, then they're fine. Alright, now they're fine. Yep. They can play Lurrus this turn then. So they got another land. Ugh. I really wish we had a black card there. We could have griefed them. It would have actually felt okay. We could have griefed them there. So any black card or black mana source would have been good, and we hit our other white card in the deck. Ugh. Very silly. White. No! Yes. White mana, white mana, white mana. So they almost certainly have Drain, right? But so even if we we're just going to get drained, right? 2, 5. Okay. No, they won another flip. Okay. White mana, white mana, white mana. They can bounce the Leyline and start doing stuff. And they definitely have counter spells in their hands, so. Yeah, it is still irritating. I think we just play the Walker. I don't know. So they got Force of Negation. This at least plays around that, I guess. Here's one Force Negation Flusterstorm, but so I think it's a little better, but it's not like amazing or anything. Very close game. Not sure if we're going to win or lose this, but it's definitely interesting. Alright, so that 3. So they got to do something this turn. This is their go turn. Lurrus 4 unknowns. Ton of mana. Infinite mana. Stock up. Okay. So we can Thought Seize them, then Demonic Tutor. Mana Drain. Okay. So that leaves us with Demonic Tutor. I don't know what we want here, really. I guess Black Lotus lets us replay the Voidwalker, which is something. Don't think it really gets better than that. We're 1 mana short of helming. I guess we could play... Alright, so do we want to double Voice of Victory, or do we want to play the Voidwalker for insurance? I think we double Voice of Victory. Alright. Stock up. Maybe I should have played the Voidwalker. I'm feeling silly. There are a combination of cards that just let them win the game here. Okay. So we can't cast the Beach. We cast the Voidwalker, and then we just pass. We're low on time here. We're just going to F6. Alright, see what they got. Four mana. Lurrus, sure. That doesn't block Dauthi Voidwalker. Alright, so very close one. Cool game against Crazy Diamond, who's a really good player. Off to the next one. Alright, here we go. So, what do we got here? This feels slow, right? But it is a turn. I mean, turn 1 Soul Ring, turn 2 Dauthi Voidwalker, cycle Troll, end of turn 1, turn 2 play Dauthi, and then turn 3 we can win. It's turn 3 win on the play. I don't love it, but I think it's good enough. Yep. You get like null rotted or something, gets a lot worse. Oh crap. Mono white initiative. Alright, this got a lot worse. Plains. Thalia, sure. Alright, we could just grief here. That might be the smarter play now. Because we can play Voidwalker this turn, but then can't actually win with Beseech. So I think we do just want to try and slow them down here. Need other mana. White Plume and Spirit. Definitely the plum. Plains. Spirit. Yep. That's fine. So you got a tomb in their hand. We can't attack. So we could beseech. Why did we actually? We we could get a Sheoldred. I don't know if that's good enough. Should not have fetched there. That was dumb. Got ahead of myself. That was I think we just played the Voidwalker, even though that was a bit of a punt. Should not have fetched there. Now we just randomly opened ourselves up to Wasteland for no reason. That thought we could thought we needed to do something there. Sure. Alright, so that limits what we can do here for sure. So I think we're on a backup plan now. Oh, that's not great. So I think we get our Sheoldred here. We have a Sheoldred, right? I thought we had a Sheoldred. Did we cut the Sheoldred? Oh boy. We do have a Sheoldred. Okay. Cast it. Yep. And now we can swing for 3. We are definitely limited on our beseeches after this now, though. Alright, they've had enough. The Voice of Victories are terrible. Ah. No. No, no, no. Yeah. Okay. Shoo. These are fine. I think the adventurers are fine to take the initiative. I don't like the Leyline plan. So we'll put in I think we'll put in slashers. The Tendrils plan's so hard to pull off. And maybe it's worth it. Guiding gains can go. I think one Beseech can go. Just want to get leaner. I want to get leaner. I think that's okay. Maybe one of Thoughtseize. Yeah, I don't like the Vexing Bauble on the draw. Rather of a Thoughtseize. Alright. Let's give this a whirl. Okay, they've kept 7, and our hand is garbage. Our mulligan has no lands. Oh boy. Yeah, well. This doesn't do anything, right? So we key it. Three cards. I need one more card. There we go. We lost. We tried our best. Just happens sometimes. And that's all we can do. We gotta try and draw like a swords or something, I guess. I don't know. I don't think there's really any situation here where this works out for us. Yep. What do you got over there? Mox. This is an embarrassing loss. We should have kept our yep. I don't think we can do anything to this. They hit us for 5. Take 2. Yep. I'll take it. Plains, and a Lotus. Sure. Sure. I think we want to take the initiative. Can we play the land? Yeah, we can play the land. Okay. I need them to brick. We need an extremely unlikely brick from our opponent. Do they have a removal spell then? Forge? So we're gonna play the Beseech with Bargain. And we're gonna get something. Do we want the Ravenloft? Ravenloft would hit him for 5. Because we'd go down 1. We could grief them. Actually, can we Tendrils? We can get Bargain, play Bargain for free, replay Lotus, replay Emerald, sack Lotus for black, Tendrils for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess that works. Black Lotus. So we play Black Lotus, we play Emerald. We replay Bargain from the yard. Yeah. Cast. So we play Lotus. Play Emerald. Black. And we get Tendrils. Cast without paying its mana cost. Targeting them. Okay. Same targets. Same targets. And we got there. Alright, that was an interesting one. We did not think we were going to win that one, but a good game. Okay, we're on the draw here. Our opponent has not revealed a Lurrus. Let's see. Thinking about this one. I don't think this does enough. It's got both Yawgmoth, Tendrils. The mana's a little shaky. I think we mull this. Oh boy. We mull this too. Alright, that's our best hand. It's not good though. 1, 2, I guess. Done. Alright, throw on mono white initiative. At least sword something. On grief. I got it. This dredge. Oh, it is dredge. Okay. We got a hollow one. Okay. You gotta find a way of dealing with the hollow one. See what they do here. Okay. They're gonna go up to 6, down to 3. Yep. Probably have a force at this point. Scrubland. Scrubland. If we had a Mox, we could try and win, but we don't. We could grief them, pitching the Beseech, then ill-gotten gains back our swords and our grief. See if this works. Force of negation. Ah, oh, fuck. No. We lose. That's horrible. I can't believe that. So we take the force of will. Yeah, we just pass, I guess. Oh boy. We're just gonna lose to the aggro hollow one with the double force. Ah. Let's see if they force the Dark Ritual. Yep. No. We're just dead. I can't believe we lost this. Oh boy. Alright. Main deck, turn 1 Leyline. Lose to Dredge. I'm going to take out the Helm and the Ill-Gotten Gains, because if we have the other pieces in play, we're already pretty happy with that. These can block and stuff. The voice protects our other cards. Embarrassing, really. You get a lot of outs too. Ugh. Alright. Can this win turn 1, I guess, is the question. So, Lotus, Soul Ring, Beseech, sacking the Soul Ring, 1 floating, play Yawgmoth's Bargain. We agree first, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Storm, bring back Lotus, Soul Ring, 7 Storm, replay, can you evoke from the graveyard? I don't think so. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can get 9 Storm. I don't think we can get 10 Storm, can we? Is there a way to get 10 Storm? Um, let me try and Google this. Can you evoke a creature from the graveyard? Can you evoke from the graveyard? If you're in a situation where you can cast creature cards from your graveyard, you can still evoke creatures because you're casting the thing in your hand. So I guess that works, I think. So if you can cast it from your graveyard evoke, so it'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the Yawgmoth's Will, 6. Oh no, we only have 4 mana. Is that enough? 3 crack for black, 4 play Beseech, replay Yawgmoth's Will, replay Lotus Soul Ring, crack for black again, sack it. Yeah, that's enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, replay Beseech 8, evoke Grief from the graveyard 9, Tendrils 10. Let's see if this works. They got double force, we lose. Yeah, they have double force, I guess. Oh wait, no, we need 3 black. Oh shit, I'm so dumb. Okay, I'm a moron. Okay, I deserve to lose this one. Oh boy. I can't believe I did that. That was something. Yeah, we're dead because I can't do math here. Mm-hmm. Jeez. Yeah. I think a dark ritual could potentially save us. No, maybe not anymore now. I don't. So embarrassing. Miscounted the mana. I got too excited here. Yeah. Or did it just come back? Ah, and we got him a Grave Troll. Great. Oh, they have Icarus too. Alright, well this was, you know, one of the worst matches I've ever played. That was shockingly bad, miscounting the mana there, obviously. Oh well. Okay, so that was obviously a completely moronic way to finish the league there in the last match. With miscounting my mana, black mana, or not even really thinking about it at all. Thinking I have a Lotus and I'd be fine to lose the trophy match there, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that with our 4 main deck Leyline of the Void, 4 main deck Dauthi Voidwalker deck, we are usually going to be favored against Dredge. That was a bit of a, oh boy, a bit of a unfortunate way to end the league. I wanted to play against Dredge in the last match for sure. I feel like that's probably our best matchup, and oh well. Anyway, other than that, pretty happy with the deck, obviously. 4-1 to strong finish. Voice of Victory continues to be great. If you missed the intro, I also played this with Tinker and an Esper deck. I think 2 videos ago now, 2 or, maybe 1 video ago now. No, 2 videos ago now. It's very good. Also with blue cards, but do like it with the black protection here. The blue protection has a little bit of friction with Voice of Victory. I think one thing is, in that deck I played Skull Clamp. I don't have Skull Clamp in this deck. I think you can play 1 Skull Clamp for the Voice of Victory synergy to sack the tokens. I did like that little synergy in the other video. Otherwise, I think I'm pretty happy with the deck though. It did what I wanted it to do. I think the sideboard, obviously, you can change some things here. There's a lot of flexibility. But the main deck I am pretty happy with. What would I change? No, I mean, you got any ideas for me? Put them down below. Curious. Anybody else is trying Voice of Victory in non-blue decks? That would be fun to hear. And of course, if you're still here after that ridiculous game 5, like and subscribe and throw me a comment down below letting me know if you'd make any changes here. All right. See you next time. Thank you.